Hello viewers and welcome back to episode 9 of Saving Southend with me, Bearlenation. The season is finished, it's time for the season review and have a quick look at the squad statistics and what we may be doing this summer. Roll the intro and let's finish season 1 off. Let's get into it. And here we are then, it's season review time. Let's get through this. The new arrivals. So Lundulu ended up being our best signing on average rating with finishing with a 7.03. 9 goals in 18 appearances and 2 assists. A really good return for him. He did get a hat-trick on the last day of the season, so those 9 goals maybe look a little bit more impressive than what they did before the last game. But either way, he was a very good loan signing for us. Carvajal, 10 appearances, 1 off the bench, 1 assist. Little bit disappointed by his contributions in the second half of this season. Did finish with a 6.84. Not someone that I'd really be interested in bringing back next season. Jamie Bowden, 18 starts for the club, 3 assists, a 6.83. He is someone that I'd be more inclined to bring back, especially after getting 3 assists in. I know he's got a few more games under his belt than maybe Carvajal did, but I still think Bowden was a better bet for us in the end. Reece Brown, 3 starts, 6 appearances off the bench, 1 goal, a 6.73. Not a bad little contribution for him in the second half of this season. Still not really happy with how much we are actually spending on his wages for someone of his quality. But again, for the contribution that he made in those 9 appearances for us, I don't think we can really turn our noses up at it for an area where we were really short in January. Lamin Jagni, 6 starts, 2 appearances off the bench, 6.71, no goals, no assists, but from his position, the defensive midfield, you wouldn't really expect him to contribute many of those, but he's done what he needed to do, and a 6.71 isn't a bad rating in just 8 games. The player I was most disappointed with was Pochettino. He signed on loan and he was meant to be unbelievable. He did miss the first month of his loan with international duty. He made 13 starts, 1 appearance off the bench, no goals, no assists from that wing, an average rating of 6.66. Really disappointed. Not someone that I would particularly want back next season as a result. And then Alex Bruce, 13 starts, 3 appearances off the bench, no goals, no assists, a 6.62. I think that's a little harsh on Bruce, who he has seen better days. He is 36 now. He is under contract for next season because he signed an 18-month deal. He's on a small wage, so the experience it'll bring to the squad next season will be invaluable. But after that, I'm pretty sure his future will lie elsewhere. Either way, I'm still quite pleased with what he produced. I don't think his average rating maybe reflected his contribution this season. Competition-wise, the board expected us to finish mid-table. We ended up 16th viewers on 56 points. I was a little bit defeatist in the episode yesterday about where we could end up finishing up, but we had a strong end to the season, where, as you can see here, we had a goal fest against Barrow and won 4-3, and then we beat Newport County on the final day, who were promoted 1-0, which gave us a nice little way to finish the season off. Average home attendance was 6,677 people, and the top goal scorer in the league was Nathaniel George, which I'm surprised about for a player I gave a lot of stick to. FA Cup, the board wanted us to finish in the second round, which is what we did, and good to see. Goodship was the top goal scorer in that competition with 4 goals. League Cup, the board wanted us to finish in the second round. Unfortunately, didn't make it past the first round, and we lost 2-0 to Wimbledon. A really, really disappointing performance in that trophy this season, and one we would like to maybe improve next year. And the good old pizza trophy, the board wanted us to reach the second round. We didn't, unfortunately, do that. We were knocked out. I think we had a difficult group against Portsmouth and West Ham. Maybe next season we can go one step further and get through to that next round and just bring a bit more competition money in from that. The best win was unfortunately off camera. It was our 5-2 victory over Crawley. The match to remember was our 2-0 victory over Bolton. Again, a match I believe was off camera. And the goal of the season was Nathaniel George in the FA Cup against Dagenham and Redbridge, which is a game that we all saw and a really good goal. I'm surprised it wasn't his lovely chip that he scored, but unfortunately not to be. For me, that would have won goal of the season. Revenue, we brought in £330,000 worth of sponsorship, £225,000 of broadcast revenue, £262,000 of corporate and hospitality revenue, £32,000 of competition fees, And match day revenue and retail, we brought in 442,000. We sold £235,000 worth of shirts, which is 3,042, with the highest sellers being Bowerma, Dieng, Nathaniel George, Alex Bruce, and Goodship. And the best 11 for the season is Oxley in goal, a back four of Ralph, White, Lennon, Bowerma, Dimitri in the defensive midfield with Dieng and Olinaka in the centre, Nathaniel George on that left, Pochettino on the right, surprisingly, and Lundulu up top for us. And there we are then. The player of the season was Harry Lennon. Young player of the season was Bowerma. Signing of the season was Alex Bruce, which is interesting when you look at it to say that he ended up with the lowest average rating. And goal of the season, as we know, it was Nathaniel George. Most goals by a player was Brandon Goodship, a player that probably won't be here next season because I just don't think he's that good, to be honest, viewers. I'm just not impressed with his stats. And going forward, we need to improve than what he's got. I know he's got 12 goals, but a lot of those have come in cup competitions. Most clean sheets was Mark Oxley with 15. Most player of the matches award. Now, that does surprise me. It's Nathaniel George with 4. And the worst discipline was Dieng with 11 yellow cards. And there we are then. The season review is done. Let's have a quick look at the squad and have a look at who could still be here next season and who might be going. Goalkeeper-wise, Oxley and Seedon are both Seedon might still be here next season. Oxley will be. He's got a contract until 2024 on £1,000 or £1,100 a week. Seedon is on a lot for a 20-year-old at £400 a week. Maybe we can bring in another backup or look to the youth squad for someone a little bit cheaper. At right back, we have John White, Jason Dimitri and Bowerma. Jason Dimitri, I think, will be going. He is on £2,000 a week, which is quite a big chunk of money and could be spread across the squad elsewhere. White is under contract for another couple of seasons until 2023 on £750 a week. And we do have Bowerma as well on £800 a week for at least another year. Centre-back wise, we have Alex Bruce here for another season on £475 a week. Sean Hobson, a player that I've not been overly impressed with, 5 appearances all season in all competitions, £800 a week. He's got a good potential, but is he really going to cut the mustard here? We have offered him a deal. Well, we've tried to offer him a deal, I should say, but he wants £1,000 a week. So I have a feeling that Hobson could be seeing his way out here at Roots Hall. Lennon, he is out of contract in the summer as well. He's on £1,500 a week. We need him to drop that massively to about £1,000 a week if he is going to stay here at Roots Hall. So there's a few questions over Lennon at the moment. Nathan Ralph is a player going to Queen's Park, not Montrose, up in Scotland, so he will not be here next season. Sam Hart, we have offered a deal to on reduced terms. Hopefully he will accept. He played 32 games for us in all competitions. 34 games for us in all competitions, so hopefully he will stick around for another season. Richard Taylor, a player that's not featured really that much this season for us. He has found a free transfer as well away from the club. Kanipriu is a player that we have offered a deal to, but I'm not sure if we really want to give him as much money as what he wants. I'm in two minds over Kanipriu, so again, he might not be here next season. Tom Clifford, a young player that could potentially take over that left-back spot from Ralph if he stays here next season. Currently 2.5-star ability, potential 3 to go up to 4. So £500 a week, he could be our starting left-back next season, maybe. He is 21, so there's a lot of room for him to grow. Bowden and Pochettino won't be here next season as they are on loan, and they were taking up just under £1,600 a week in wages. Nathaniel George, he is here for another season on £700 a week. Olonika, a player that I wouldn't mind back again next season. He's on £575 a week. Again, quite a big chunk, but if we can get him down here again on lower wages, I would be delighted. Lamin Jagni, a player that's here for the next season, so he will be sticking around, potentially to go up to 3.5 stars, so he could really make a difference for us going forward. Lewis Gard, a player that might be here, might not be. Again, he's young, got a decent bit of potential about him, but has he got enough to break into the squad? £300 a week, maybe spent better elsewhere. Timothy Dieng, and a player that's here for another 2 years on £1,200 a week, so he will definitely be here. Reece Brown, although he's done okay for us in the 6 months he's been here, he's on £600 a week, which does worry me. I'm either going to try and get rid of him or maybe just see if we can reduce that contract down a little bit and maybe extend by a year. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Brown. Carvajal at £300 a week on loan. He will not be here next season. Brandon Goodship, our top goal scorer, at £750 a week. He's 26. He's potentially going up to 2.5 stars. He's currently 2-star ability. I don't think he's really got it to carry on forward here at Southend. So he is likely to find himself a move away. Terrell Egbury, £300 a week. Again, he's probably like to stay around on such cheap wages in an area where we are short. Simeon Akinola, I'm going to try and find a move for him. He's on £1,200 a week. He's too short for what I really want to do up top. He's not made that much of an impact on the squad this season, so I think we are going to try and find him a move away. Keziah Sterling, he was very unlucky with that serious injury he picked up and will not be here next season. £600 a week we have saved on those wages. Kenny Coker, a young player that we played towards the end of the season just to try and blend him in a little bit. He is here for another season, so is likely to stick around. Lundulu is a player I would like to keep. £400 a week is quite the steal for someone of his ability in this league, so I would like to see him stick around here next season. And Emile Akwe, again, a young player that could have potential here at Southend. Only 20, his contract is up in the summer, so we may offer him a new deal and see how he goes on, if he'll accept it. And going into the summer, viewers, I know we said at the start of the season the finances were a key thing here at Southend. We are currently £982,000 in the hole. We are overspent on our wage budget by about £1,200 as well, so we really need to reduce those wages down as well over this summer. A rebuild is going to happen. We'll see what the summer brings, but I'm excited for what season 2 will bring. We'll leave that there for today, viewers, and what we'll do is we'll come back on Monday for a transfer special. We'll start the new league campaign and get straight into this second season here at Southend. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button for me, share the video around, subscribe to the channel for more content, turn your little notification bell on. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again for more next time.